say the same for IG, but at least when it comes down to kill pressure, the Tidehunter plus Lion just sounds a bit better compared to a Shadow Demon Pangolier. The Razor can change a bit of that approach, because Razor even early on has a lot of potential to just apply pressure with the static link. So Vici Gaming, they have this lineup so far with both Pangolier and Razor that can just sit in front of a fight and just soak up the damage while dealing their own damage to you.
Oh, Silencer. This is interesting. This is actually the first Silencer in a playoff round, and then follow up with a Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit has been banned so many games yesterday. I think it should be around like 3 ban games of Storm Spirit. We always see like Ember Spirit and Void Spirit fighting together. But now finally get this blue guy up. Will be played by Emo Storm Spirit. It's kind of interesting because Emo himself loves to be a static mid laner. But if you play Storm Spirit, you can't be static. You need to just move around, energize. And well, the 4th pick of Vici Gaming is Night Stalker, and you know what? Night Stalker is actually the favorite heroes of Team IG. They picked Night Stalker for like 4 games, and they have 75% win rate of that hero.
Yeah, I think Evo as a mid laner in general, like you mentioned, right, he is slightly more passive, but he's a player that comes online slightly later into the game. And I think, and I'm fine with that. Obviously, when you are on the Storm Spirit, you want to be as active as possible. And Invictus Gaming, they have this very strong pick-off composition, right? You have this Lion, Kaka is going to eventually get a Blink Dagger, you know, Lion and Storm Spirit when they start a fight. And just as a guarantee, they have the Tidehunter Ravage to counter-engage if they need. They also have the Global Silence. So even if Vici Gaming wants to go for the counter-engage, once Silencer presses his ultimate, you're going to guarantee this couple of second of window where IG can effectively just finish off what they started.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is the I-League 2021 Season 2 Finals Day. Today contains of this one lower bracket finals match, and the grand final base of 5 will be right after this. Let's take a look who is going to be the second finalist to get into the grand finals, fighting Team Aster later. And the last man of the Invictus Gaming is Anti-Mage.
Yep, this 3 intelligence heroes, you know, they don't have the best catch for Anti-Mage as well. And obviously when you have a Storm Spirit and there's an Anti-Mage on the enemy team, you know, you don't want to get mana voided. I like the Anti-Mage ban simply because IG, they don't have too much of an answer for heroes like AM. You can say the same for, you know, the TA as well. They just don't have too much reliable lockdown. And the last pick is a position 1, and not much position 1 have that kind of lockdown. And even if they do, it's not the best, right? We're talking about position 1 with stuns. That's the Sven. You know, maybe the Naga with the ensnare, but they're not like the best. Vici with the TB and PL ban, just 2 hardcore, you know, late game heroes to take out. In fact, the entire draft of Vici Gaming is very mid-game centric. They have a very strong mid-game spikes, and they all work just fine with levels.
What about Lycan? Last pick for Team Vici Gaming.
Lycan does seem nice. Lycan does seem good. But that also means that if you pick a Lycan, you are basically indicating that you're playing on a timer, right? You want to end the game as soon as possible because Lycan, not the best hero to scale into the late game. IG have decent scaling. Storm Spirit and Morphling, 2 heroes that basically just goes into the late game really strong. So Vici Gaming right now, the Lycan is definitely not a bad idea, but if they want to look for someone as an insurance policy if the game ever goes late, you're probably looking at, I don't know, I guess the Sven isn't too bad of a choice, considering that there's no PL, there's no Terrorblade, there's no Slug or AM.
Yeah, kind of surprised why both sides ignored Sven since the first game, where And it's
Oh, yeah, okay.
even a Drow Ranger, so it's gonna be a pushing fast strat for Vici Gaming, while IG will definitely dominate in late game, you think?
Yeah, I was thinking of the draw as well, right? Because yeah, I mentioned Sven, but at the same time I realized that yes, I mean Sven really BKB dependent, right? His BKB runs out. It is pretty hard to get on top of IG, even if in the late game. Draw Ranger is just slightly better because you have a DY and O11. It's Pango and Night Stalker. They're gonna provide the chaos with their spells. And Draw Ranger in general, she's gonna get the shard. She'll get the hypothermia stacks. So going into the late game, she's gonna get the shard, the Scardy. It does super well against heroes like the Morphling. Has an AoE silence with the Gust. So I think the Draw Ranger is just better. Your marksmanship also boosts the damage of the Razor, right? You give him the extra agility. So overall, I think the Draw is just a better pick.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's just like Vici Gaming is one step away from the grand finals. They just have to finish it one fast. Well, what if the game passed 45 minutes?
I would say past 45 minutes. I don't know. I feel like on paper for Vici, no, for IG they kind of have a slightly better late game. But realistically, it's more of a 50-50 for me. I think past 45 minutes, it really comes down to how the teams play the fights. I would side with Vici a bit more if we get to that stage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the game, the second game of the lower bracket finals. It's Team IG versus VG, best of 3, and the current score is VG 1, IG 0. So no room for mistake for Team IG, and now they are in the Radiant side. We have JT on the Tide Hunter, Emo on Storm Spirit, Fly on Morphling, Kaka on Lion, and Oli on Silencer. I'm gonna leave the Dire side for you, my man HusKKiee.
Thank you, Xyclopzz. Of course, for Vici on Dire, you have Poyoyo on the Draw Ranger, O11 on Night Stalker, Ori with his Razor, PYW on the Shadow Demon, and finally DY on that Pangolier. And I like Pangolier as a support right now, simply because of the slight changes, right? You put the slow on the shield crash, you buff the damage and damage reduction a bit. And the level 1 trading potential from the Pangolier is insane. You know, he gives him so much value over Lucky Shot.
All right. Well, seems in the previous game it was VG who took like 3 battle rune right from the start. A good start for them, but it seems like it's gonna be 2 each on this one.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
Emo
good.
Yes, one set of tangles, 3 branches, just going for the early, the early bottle. Just a very general thing. Just want to hit the 2-minute water rune. There are definitely nerfs to the water rune. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't give as much regeneration. I believe that when that patch first dropped, it really begs the question, right? How is this gonna affect the melee meta? Are we gonna see a little bit more of like Magnus or Kunkka? So far, it feels definitely so. Like tanky heroes are generally hard to kill, so you want those heroes to stay in the mid lane. And in this case, I think we are not really getting that matchup, with the Storm and Razor. However, the Storm, he's gonna do just fine against the Razor either way.
Yeah, the nerf of the water rune just makes the mid laner playing harder from 80 gain to only 40 gain. But well, maybe they thought that anyway. Mid laner will just buy bottle, and if they are not changing or nerfing the water rune, is gonna be there forever for all the mid laner, and there will be no kills.
Even the bottle room got nerfed. Like Ice Raiders want some blood. But I think it's, even though there's implications for sure, I think it's a step in the right direction. It opens up the meta a bit more. I believe we're on other regions we're seeing like, if it's not for the patch, we wouldn't be seeing like a mid Cardo by Tundra.
Oh.
We won't be seeing these crazy picks. It hasn't really seeped through for this region just yet. But you kind of want to adjust your gameplay, right? What happens when you don't have that much regen? Obviously, heroes that can clear wave and farm easily, the call will just come into mind. For sure, or you just go for heroes that have decent sustain or tanky in general, like Hunka.
Man, at the bottom lane, I was watching. Seems to be a tough lane for Team VG, especially for Peel or PYW. The standing position is super crucial for him. And Fly playing super aggressive, has an offlane, and here we go. He go for the first attempt with the waveform. Just trying to scare and harass a Night Stalker 0-11 away from the creep wave. Fly, standing position. He's just gonna go back in again. He's using strength gain to make his attacks less powerful. But it doesn't matter. Only keep spamming on the Arcane Curse as well.
Such a good spell. I mean, the Arcane Curse, double damage when you're silenced, is insane. And of course, if the game goes late, you know, the 45-minute mark that you talk about, and if the silencer gets level 25, now he has a choice between 30% cooldown reduction, or you just go straight for the last words mute item. I think the mute talent is actually insane if we get to that point.
Yeah, if we get to that point, that's a good question. If we can get to that point, Fly getting harassed a lot by Peel, you know, spamming the child poison.
Kaka is dead.
Against him on top. Okay, that was so close. DY gonna be the one in state who falls here with Kaka. Drew out the first blood. First, you thought Kaka gonna go down, right?
I honestly thought he was gonna go down. Kaka had the hex, just enough mana to stop the Pango. I mean, that was too close for comfort.
Yeah. Oh, seems like in the middle lane, Storm doing a pretty good job. 28 last hit. Wow.
And not too bothered about static link. You know, you can always use the remnant to farm out the creeps. I'm definitely gonna be expecting PYW to start stacking up the camps, you know, around 5 to 6 minutes in, just so that this Draw Ranger, Poyoyo is gonna have an easier time just clearing the camps. In fact, Poyoyo is probably the only guy right now that can clear big camps, and no one else on the side of Vici have that capability.
Wait, I am looking at the fight of DY versus Kaka. DY playing a very good job in the previous game as a Pangolier, and look at that. He is about to do a solo kill against Kaka in only level 2. Kaka walking away, that is his last hex. And he'll be fine back. But DY have shown us how strong he is as a support position for a Pangolier. He's so in the zone right now for his Pangolier. Well, yeah. IG game was so hard playing against DY in the previous one. Maybe that's the main reason why they lost in the first game.
He forced Kaka to walk all the way back to the base as well. Just, I mean, you can't really trade with the Pango early on, even as a support. Again, a hero, he's a hero that just needs levels. So you get a shield crash onto you, she's gonna win the trade for that duration. So Kaka, now he's gonna TP mid. He refills the bottle for Emo. So just to make sure that Emo is able to stay in lane for a bit longer. But because Kaka is forced away, Poyoyo will have a slightly better time right now, catching up in farm, gaining that net worth over the Tidehunter.
Yeah, level 5 right now, and his net worth is at the 3rd place. Tidehunter doing a very good job. JT, my goodness, but it seems like gonna be a big action at the bottom lane. It's gonna be 3v3. Ori even joined the team fight from mid lane, so it's gonna be free lane mid for Emo. That's not looking good.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. But I wonder if they can catch Emo though. I don't think they have anything to catch Emo. In fact, you know, we talk about lockdown from IG. VG, they don't even have a lockdown that is reliable. You know, they don't have any sort of stun, they don't have any sort of root, they only have the disruption, and Emo fights UI.
Yeah, flying for the first time for Emo. To behind the mid-tier tower, but he cannot catch anyone. That's kind of scary for Team VG. Emo, show how aggressive he is. Well. It's just like what we talked in the drafting table just now, that, you know, when you play a Storm Spirit, you might have to be showing your aggressiveness against the enemy.
Just try to push the issue. Again, you know, VG, they actually don't have a way to catch a Storm. They don't have a way to lock him down. Most they have is a disruption.
Kaka on top with the Earth Spy, and Poyoyo in deep trouble. He gets slowed down by the Gutch. He'll be fine. He's at level 6 with 840 HP in total. Seems to be a pretty tanky and safe enough to stay on top. But
And
however,
they're bringing Emo there.
yeah, Emo is also here. They are up to something for sure. But they don't have the visions that much for Team IG. It would be a bit risky if they're just anyhow diving in.
I don't think IG wants to go for this, right? And it's a good decision. Like if you like, they probably won't get a kill. Like Tidehunter has the Soul Ring, but he doesn't have the Ravage. They're still holding on to that skill point. In fact, TP from Vici.
Yep. Now finally the fight breaks out here. Using for the first time the Ravage just to get away from that JT. DY shield crash auto stop spamming the child poison. JT got into a tree line. I think he's gonna be fine. 2 charges of child poison. Won't be enough to take the Tidehunter down.
That is just great from Vici. You know, they did that. And if you kill the Tidehunter, great. But if you don't kill him, they at least force out the Ravage. It means that for the next 2 minutes, there's not going to be Ravage. It's going to be hard to fight. Vici fighting here.
Yeah, only first one to fall right there. Nice setting up by Peel using the Disrupt. And it's 2 for 1 in total. It's a good trade. Take a look who actually won that trade. It's IG. Earning more gold at 213 gold earned.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, IG getting a slightly better end of the trade for sure. Vici, they made the right decision. You know, they wanted to go for those kills and bottom.
Flying in for Emo and find the target already. It's a Night Stalker core. All 11 falls. Level 8 already for Emo, moving around non-stop. And he leaves the lane for Xyclopzz to get some level.
They just can't catch the storm. Even without the Ravage, IG was able to kind of take that fight with Strike. And mind you, that was without Global Silence. You know, Silencer, all these not even level
Oh,
60.
he finds another target. I am sorry. Level 8 finds a support level 4 is half level from him. Peel. Easy one for Emo. And this is not looking good for Team Vici Gaming already. Maybe that's the reason why the rest of Team Vici need to come in and seek for the revenge. Ori using a static link. But flying away quite easy for Emo. All 11 still on a chase. Level 6. And running out of mana already for Emo. Swashbuckle. Fly. DY trying to save his... Or maybe get the assist. It's going to be himself instead who falls. Man, Emo is on killing spree already.
And he's just walking around with all the, you know, this Silencer just joining, just holding hands with the Storm Spirit. Wherever they gang is gonna die. Bottom lane, Firefly is also gonna get, you know, harassed out of the lane. Vici, they want to just put pressure, you know, disruption. He's gonna try to get the 5 stack of Shadow Poison. But Firefly, he's gonna be ready for that. I don't think he's gonna die from this. Yeah, no way.
Dire's top tower
10 minutes part. Seems to be Team IG who's slightly leading in terms of net worth. Less than 1,000. You know, situations of Fly looking very good. Got a great farm with the Storm Spirit flying around, finding target for him, creating space. He was silenced. He half HP already. Can they take down that Emo using the last bit of bolt lightning away?
Dire's middle
All
tower
right.
is under attack.
No disables. They only have a silence. That's pretty much it. They don't have a stun. They don't have anything to lock Emo down. Emo is just gonna constantly get away with murder. Every time they catch him, he's gonna ball lightning TP, and there's nothing that Vici can do. Probably the next best item is like an ATOS or use, but even then, it is not like the most reliable lockdown.
All right, flying in for that Emo. Catching on Ori. Oh no, Ori. There's nothing to do about, and Emo is dominating.
Yeah, I mean, Emo is he's buying a lot of time for the team for sure. You know, highest in terms of net worth. DY has the Rolling Thunder out of the way just to clear the wave. Yeah, IG is gonna fortify that, so DY can't clear it. Xyclopzz is also around. IG, they've kind of secured the top lane for themselves.
6-3 game score. IG. Wow. It's just what a tactic set by them. And now on the way to Kaya for Emo, level 9. About to get his first talent. That should be a mana regen. Flying in, catching that all 11, fall it back. Xyclopzz with the other spike. Great assist, finger update. Oh no, all 11 not gonna run away. Make kill streak ended, and Ori teleport down. Maybe they can get something out of this fight. HusKKiee, stand the damage.
And Emo is just running away with everything he does just because they don't have a way to catch him.
Dire's middle
He's gonna get
tower
his
is under
he's
attack.
gonna get his Kaya soon. That's the first finger usage for Kaka. Unfortunately didn't get any stacks out of that, but they still got a kill regardless onto 011. I was about to say that there's no place of wisdom for Ollie, so even though he gets the assist, he's not gonna get the intelligence. It's not too big of a deal. The damage from Arcane Curse is just too good to pass out just because of the double damage when you're silenced. You know, pair with the last words. Now there's global silence for IG, and they also have the Ravage. So those big ultimates are online for Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, and at the same time, Vici is grouping up at the bomb, trying to take down the bomb tier 1 tower as well. This might be a trade as Team IG gonna get the mid tier 1 tower first and maybe just teleport down the bottom and
Radiant's bottom
having a big
tower
fight
is
over
under
there.
attack.
JT now level 10 with the face boon and also the Hood of Defiance.
Dire's
So
middle
ready for the
tower
fight.
has fallen.
And IG looking super solid on this one. Yo and his friends, all 11 pushing the bottom tower very fast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's-
that's it.
Radiant's bottom tower
I think Vici,
has fallen.
they're just gonna. I don't think Vici are in a rush. Though no 3k go advantage for IG 13 minutes in is definitely, it's definitely a decent lead, especially the fact that Emo has done so
Radiant
much.
are scanning.
But Vici's timing is when
Dire's
IG
middle tower is under
when
attack.
IG don't have their ultimates. If there's no Ravage or Global Silence, I think Vici overall just fights slightly better. But when IG has those skills online, Vici will find it really hard to just take a 5 versus 5. It is all about exploiting the cooldowns, the high cooldowns from IG.
Oh, look at the farming on the stack. Fly and JT together. Man, the stack is so important. Stack farming is so important in 7.3 OB. And maybe this is a good opportunity for VT to start the fight with a Rolling Thunder, trying to catch on that Emo. Looks impossible to catch a Storm Spirit. And yep, Fly and JT already finished off the stack.
Yeah, not really sure what Vici wanted to do. I don't know. They want to chase Emo away. That feels pretty weird with that Rolling Thunder. But they're gonna have it back up in another minute, so it's not too big of a deal. Rolling Thunder, no 70-second cooldown. Echo Saber for the Night Stalker, the 011, slightly more fighting capabilities. You know, he can kind of just face tank you and just fight you head on. You can disassemble that for a BKB later on. So I'm fine with that item pickup for sure. Again, it's just IG having those high cooldown spells that Vici, if they can, you know, capitalize on that, they are gonna have a decent chance. But we went through this before. The good news about Vici's draft is that they need levels and levels alone. The levels make them
Radiant's middle
strong enough to
tower
take
is
on
under
IG, but
attack.
IG, they're gonna smoke up and they're looking for Vici.
Alright, that's true. Oh, 3k ahead, 7-3 game score. Keep losing power, and now the first time using the Ravage on this one just to assist a kill. And they got that Ori Razor.
Yep, they should be able to kill off Ollie.
Yeah, all 11 now also chasing the support. At least they get something out of this one for VG. Game not looking good for VG, it seems.
Yep. This is definitely I mean, for Vici, just get the silver scraps, right? And that's what we've been talking about. You know, they use Ravage and they use the Global Silence. So all the ultimates are down. The big ones are down for IG. It's Vici's turn to make their move. And they're gonna use the opportunity to shove this middle lane because they know that it's gonna be hard for IG to respond without those skills.
Top tower is under attack.
And now the fight breaks out of Reviver. Both sides. Oh, it seems like Team IG kind of spread it out, and there we go, down one by one. Nice setting up by VG Divide using a Rolling Thunder, giving the visions and also a stun. Using the multi-shot, trying to take this mid-tier 1 tower as fast as possible. Peel getting into Demonic Purge on that JT. Getting attacked by Poyo, 011 moving in. But man, that JT is so tanky. Waveform in, and it's going to be the Child Demon instead who got caught by Emo and the Waveform.
A very ambitious attempt onto JT. He is not gonna go down unless there's some certain there's break mechanic on Vici. You know, Shadow Demon with the Agging Scepter, or if someone gets Silver Edge. But until then, killing JT is pretty tough. Drow, you know, has a pretty decent chance with the marksmanship, but that is in the later stage of the game. Definitely not now.
Yeah, invading into the triangles of Team VG. Emo is so scary right now with the power trade and Kaya, and he's on the way to the next item, BKB. That is just show how important this game is to him. Playing super safe, even though they are kind of big ahead at the moment.
And I think right now for IG, you know, they are in the same spot as Vici in terms that when we just look at the draft alone, no teams are in a rush. For IG, it's all about they get the ultimates online, they get the pickoffs, and they push the advantage. Whereas for Vici, when there's no ultimates for IG, you'll see Vici running around trying to look for a fight, and which is why they are so they you know have this Razor and Night Stalker just running around the map. But the problem still remains. They don't have a reliable way to lock down, you know, the Morphling or the Storm Spirit, all of the elusive heroes from the side of IG. It's just gonna have a field day in those fights. The best bet they have is either they get a silence or they get 011 on top of them with the crippling fear.
Oh, flying in, trying to catch, and here we go with the global silence, and they found Ori inside the tree line. They pull him back, and here we go with the Ravage, trying to save that. Oh, JT, great assist by him. Oh no, Poyo. 2 cores being destroyed in only around 10 seconds. This is not a good sign at all for Team VG. Maybe it's the problem since the drafting table waveform out. And it's gonna be Chow Demon got caught around here with his own disruption. Wicked sick for Emo.
And that's the Storm Spirit. Very Emo is huge. He you know, top of the network. If you look at the network chart, the top 3 heroes are on the side of IG. Vici are forced to farm in the enemy jungle because that is actually the safest place that they could be in. 011 spots the Ancient, but he's not going to be able to get it, so he TP's out. While all of that was happening, Fly is clearing out the Dire jungle. He's clearing out the Dire triangle. So all of this, you know, it's just IG. They get those pickoffs, and they not only take, you know, from their own jungle, they take away the resources from VG. So you see, like Poyo, he's gonna walk into this triangle, he's gonna find nothing. So there's, you know, 45 seconds of this Drow Ranger getting 0 farm, and he's gonna end up walking under the ward if he goes to the bottom lane. It's so tough for Vici right now.
Yeah, I really like the point that you're saying that Team IG. Yeah, I agree that they are taking out all the resources of the final Poyo. He seems like, hey, what should I do next? There's no creep to farm. You know, it down to that. Hey, maybe are we gonna do some smoke and trying to catch maybe a couple of kills, and that's what they're doing right now. With Ori leading the smoke party, maybe inside of the Roshan pit, or maybe go to the triangle first, see for some kills. I'm talking about dumped away immediately.
Kaka broke the smoke.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, it's good presence of mind from IG. You know, Kaka, he knew that something was wrong. No one was on the map. He just stood at the high ground with an observer ward. He breaks the smoke. He blinks away. Vici, they're not gonna get anything out of this. And in fact, you can see, you know, Ori and PYW, they're just gonna start sticking with Poyo because Poyo is the main character. It's the main anime character of Vici. So this Razor is gonna not farm too much, and everything is gonna go to this Drow Ranger. So right now, if Drow Ranger goes down, it is over for Vici.
Oh dear, what a smart play by Kaka. Yeah, that's the way you play the support. You know, always protect your hard carry all the time, and the way that he's standing on the entrance into the triangle on the high ground is just so good. Now JT walking into the big team fight. He's ready to drop a Ravage. Global silence coming out from IG just to counter that. And yep, PYW out, Poyo out.
Just good wraparound. I mean, because they know that at this point they didn't even have to use the Ravage, right? They only use the global silence just in case there's a save coming from the side of Vici. They're gonna go straight into Roshan Pit, and there's nothing Vici can do about this. 7k goal lead, almost 22 minutes in. IG, they are looking so good. In fact, there's no way Vici can fight them at this point.
Oh my. And it's gonna be ages for Fly. So far ahead. The item gap between two teams is getting bigger and bigger. Fly. With the E-Blade, Agents of Immortal can easily shotgun kill in just one shot. 1.4k HP seems to be not enough. And now they're grouping up for Team IG, trying to take down top tier 2 towers after this. Take mid tier 2 and then just play aggressive obstacle ward nearby the base and try to wrap the games around. Emo at the same time catching one more. Oh no, Divine doesn't have any mana to react.
Yeah, Emo so far has been playing a flawless game. He already has the BKB. He'll get the Bloodstone next. Look at that, the diving tier 3. Spoilyo is caught. He's dead.
Yeah, I was watching Storm Spirit flying in the base, and at the same time, somebody got dived into the tier 3, and another setup by JT with a Ravage. Beautiful. Remarkable, exquisite. Oh my goodness, flying in and 011 killing spree. However, for 011 going on the BKB trying to fly away, but that won't be for long. Emo on the godlike, and it seems like they are forcing Team VG to call it.
This is gonna be an early GG. I mean, this VG have no way. There's nothing they can do against IG at this point. They just don't have the damage. They don't have the damage, they don't have the lockdown, they have nothing against IG. I mean, 10k gold lead, tier 3s, you know, and with Aegis at 24 minutes. I mean, realistically, what can VC do? Nothing.
Oh my. Seems like IG is better than VG in this game in every dimension possible. Even though they are not getting the first set of racks yet, but they are just playing safe. They could come back in no time. JT full HP, full mana. The only thing that he doesn't have is a Ravage, but just his presence is just enough.
Yep. And yeah, they're gonna smoke up again. Like if they catch VG one more time, that is gonna be Rex for sure. Like, all the lanes are shoved in. At least, you know, the middle lane is gonna be shoved in. VG going for very desperate smoke. This one has to work, but IG are in a good position to break it.
Yep. Ori with a brand new BKB ready to be used. I still wonder how they're gonna start the fight with a plasma field. But dumped away by JT. Here we go with a rolling thunder.
Oh no.
Cannot find anyone.
Ravage is back up in 38 seconds. They still have global silence, and look at that. IG is just walking into the base. I mean, VG now they use the rolling thunder. They don't have Dark Ascension yet. I don't know how they can defend this, honestly. There's no way they can do it.
Yep, and that's the Godlike Beyond already is a GG call from Team VG. IG tied up the series 1-1 in only 25 minutes in. What a great strat, great draft by Team IG. Woo.
I mean, this is just a complete stomp from IG. I mean, their draft is... The draft is so hard for VG to deal with, right? Even though we said, hypothetically, if we reach 45 minutes, both teams will have an equal chance. But to get there for VG, it is so tough. They have no way to do with what IG has. IG in every lane, they are just doing so well. No Q pressure from VG onto Fly. No Q pressure from VG onto JT. Emo had the game of his life, you know, 10-0-5. And whenever IG has their ultimates, VG, they are just sitting ducks. It is all because of Emo, but most importantly, it was IG's draft that enabled Emo to be as efficient as he did.
Alright, that's it for the second game of the series. Long way to go. We are down to the one last game to determine which team is going to be the last finalist going to the grand finals of I-League Season 2. Right, we're going to take a break for 5 minutes and we will be right back for game number 3.